Well, somehow, someway, the Arizona Diamondbacks found a way to split the series in Milwaukee against the best team in MLB. We have more on the Diamondbacks' 6-4 victory over the Brewers and why I'm still excited about this team, and I have no idea why. You don't go anywhere. We're starting in 30 seconds. And welcome into another edition of the PHNX Diamondbacks podcast right here on PHNX. That's probably not showing up with these studio lights. I'm not used to being in this studio. This is a new experience for us. Let's get it dark in here, Shane. We need to get dark. We need to see that light lit up. Let's go. The Arizona Diamondbacks beat the Milwaukee Brewers by a score of 6. There we go. That's hot. That's a light. Let's go. Get in here, Shane. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Just let it play. Let's play for an hour straight. The Arizona Diamondbacks found a way to split this series with the Milwaukee Brewers, and I still don't know how. Welcome into the show. My name is Derek Montilla, occasionally known as your mayor of PHNX. That madman over there is Shane Diefenbach on the ones and twos, and this is your PHNX Dbacks show. Welcome into you guys. I'm going to put him down now. Try to catch my breath. It's exciting around here. This show is brought to you by our friends at Bet365 and Game Time. Make sure to use that code of PHNX365 when you sign up over there. Get yourself $200 in bonus bets for following some easy steps. And then over at Game Time, use that code of PHNX on your first purchase. You will get $20 off your first purchase. Well, welcome in, guys. Great to have you here. Groundhog Mama says, are you ready to draft for fantasy football? I'm sick of football just running all over my baseball right now. Like the same thing. I was trying to play catch in the office. You got Connor coming out with a football in the middle of playing catch with a baseball. Like stop treading on my baseball season. Our time isn't over yet. Our time will be up soon. Your time will be now. But for now, we're talking about baseball. And of course, I'm ready. I got my suit in my office. I have everything ready to go. All of my fantasy football data has been reviewed thoroughly. But more than that, I'm very excited about the Diamondbacks winning this game by a score of 6-4 over the Milwaukee Brewers. Quite frankly, the Dbacks have been in this series in every single game, even though their starting pitching in games 1 and games 2 did not give them much of an opportunity to win. The offense still picked up the slack, found a way to score some runs against a tough Brewers team and make those games close. However, the Diamondbacks here in games 3 and 4 managed to turn the tide and split this series with the Brewers 2 games each. Their record now stands at 66-69. Nice. And quite frankly, I hope that they stay at 69 losses for a long time so I can continue making that joke. But the D-backs got some gutsy performances today from Nabil Crismatt and the debuting Taylor Rashi. Call Rashi on the mound for the Diamondbacks. Contributions from the entire starting lineup. And once again, Lourdes Gurriel stayed red hot for this team. He is in quite the groove for the Diamondbacks, and offensively the team just got the job done today several times. I mean, early on, they found themselves down 1-0 after Nabil Crismatt gave up a leadoff home run that made you just go, oh boy, here we go again. It was from Sal Frelick, and that thing was a dart just right out of here, line drive home run. But he settled in nicely and gave the Diamondbacks a decent outing. Not perfect, but still gave them a chance to win. And quite frankly, Nabil Crismatt gave them a better chance than Brandon Pfaadt or Erod did in this series. But the D-backs did get the offense going early. That was fun to see. They got the bases loaded there in the second inning on a pair of singles and a walk. And I think that's the thing is when you look around the contributions from this team today, the Diamondbacks got pretty much just, single. There wasn't many extra base hits. In fact, Blaze Alexander had the team's only extra base hit today. So when I say this was contributions from all around the lineup, that's exactly what it was in this particular game. The D-backs, like I said, loaded the bases in the second inning, and they get their first run on Tyler Locklear getting hit by a pitch. And quite frankly, I feel like Tyler Locklear is snake bitten, and there's no intentional pun there. It's just what it feels like right now with Locklear. A lot of bad luck, including being absolutely robbed of a home run in this game by Blake Perkins in the 5th inning. That would have been a 2-run home run, and it would have padded the lead nicely for the Diamondbacks. But they did convert on those loaded bases after Tyler Locklear got hit in the hand by a pitch. That walked in Lourdes again for the Diamondbacks' first run of the game. And Ildemaro Vargas hit a 2 RBI single that gave the Dbacks a 3-1 lead. Hilariously enough, in this game, Tyler Locklear did not register a hit, but he had 2 RBI. So that's kind of fun that he was able to go 0 for 3, but still bring in 2 runs in this game. Ildemaro Vargas then hit a 2 RBI single in that same inning. Again, like I said, they gave the D-backs a 3-1 lead. They loaded the bases again in the 3rd inning. The plane was full of snakes, and Locklear would ground out. That would score Corbin, and then Alec Thomas delivered with a 2-run single that scored Lourdes and Blaze. That put the D-backs up 6-2, and that was the majority of their scoring in this one. And yeah, overall, this was a nice day of contributions. But then from that point on, from the 3rd inning on, the D-backs didn't score a run. So things got close. And quite frankly, with the way that this was lined up pitching-wise, it would have been very nice to see some more contributions and tack on some more runs, considering how early they were able to put those 6 runs on the board. This game reached its over in the 3rd inning, which was kind of funny. The Milwaukee Brewers answered right back, and they put up 2 more runs in the bottom half of the inning, but that was it. Scoring was done for the day after the 3rd inning. Despite how long this game went, Shane, we could have been wrapped up after 3, and we didn't have to play an additional 2 hours. And now I have to make the Sun show late, so there's not going to be people that are happy with me about that. However, maybe we'll catch the tail end of some of those viewers coming into the show, and I won't hate that. So
they'll be looking for you.
Silver lining. They can come in here and yell at me all they want. But I was ready to yell at Tori there for leaving the debuting Taylor Rashi in for entirely too long, but we are going to talk about that and the pitching on the other side of this break. First, though, we do have to talk about defense, because Blaze definitely had some mistakes there, especially in that 3rd inning when the Brewers were able to come back in the bottom half of the inning. Blaze made an error that ends up costing the team 2 runs, and then he could have ended the inning again in the 4th inning and misplayed a ball hit by Sal Frelick to extend the inning. So again, I'm not going to harp on Blaze too much about his defense. What I am going to harp on Blaze about is being a kidnapper and holding my son Jesse Jr. hostage. Damon told me earlier that I'm getting entirely too worked up about this, because when Blaze did make this error, I started screaming at him to give me back my snake. And Damon had to remind me that Jesse Jr. is an inanimate object that's actually a stuffed animal. And I fired him from this show, and that's why Shane is now producing. So it's going to be Shane on the 1s and 2s going forward. I think you all understand how seriously I take this situation with Jesse Jr. And my snake. So anyway, Blaze did have a very, very, very good play on the very next batter. He made an incredible barehanded play to rob Caleb Durbin of a hit. Caleb Durbin has been a thorn in the Diamondbacks' side in every game he has played in for the Brewers. And again, the Brewers are a team, especially watching them during the course of this 4-game series, that, yeah, they have their superstars just like the Diamondbacks do, but they're comprised of some young guys that are doing it night in and night out for this team. And I mean, quite frankly, there were a lot of names I was unfamiliar with and got a chance to see them up close. And you can see why this Brewers team was able to reach, the point where they're at right now, where they have 83 wins and they currently lead Major League Baseball as far as victories go. But this is a good win for the Diamondbacks. And I mean, this is another one of those situations where after watching them lose 2 games in this series, you definitely felt like, why did we get hope? At least that was what I was starting to ask. Why did we even, how did they make us have hope again? Well, here they are beating the best team in baseball 2 out of 4. And you can't really think that this is, that this team necessarily is doing it as a fluke. Like, they had some good pitching today from guys that are kind of, again, trying to establish their career. Nabil Crismatt, not that, but a guy that's kind of a journeyman he's played for a lot of teams. This is his 2nd stint with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and so far he's made the most of it. But like I said earlier, offensively, the Diamondbacks did get nice contributions from all around their starting lineup. Blaze was 2 for 3 today. He had 2 runs scored. He walked twice, and he also had the team's only extra base hit in that double that he hit. Gabriel Moreno was 2 for 5 with a run scored. Again, 2 singles there. Lourdes Gurriel, 3 for 4 today, 1 walk, 2 runs scored. And I just can't say enough. I don't think anybody can about how good Lourdes is when Lourdes is hot. And like, I know we talk about it. I know we talk about how streaky he can be, but in the absence of other guys, Lourdes has just absolutely stepped up. I mean, right now he has the most RBI this month, he has the most RBI by a Diamondback in August all time with 32. That's more than Paul Goldschmidt's 31 that he had in August of 2017. And it's 3rd all time in any month. So Gurriel has just been an absolute RBI machine lately. Today, he didn't have any, which is odd. And what's really weird is a lot of the guys that had the multi-hit days did not have RBIs. The RBIs today came from Alec Thomas with 2. He went 2 for 4 with 2 RBI. Tyler Locklear went 0 for 3 with 2 RBI. And then at the bottom of the lineup there, Ildemaro Vargas, 1 for 4 with those 2 big RBI and that single that he hit early on in the second inning. So just a nice day offensively, and it just goes to show that this team is well-rounded. They can score from any position, and especially when they get contributions from the hitters, the 6 through 9 hitters in their lineup, they're going to win baseball games. But what they also need is pitching, and that's something that they have not gotten in this series, quite frankly. This has been a team that has been put behind in several games. Yesterday, Ryan Nelson absolutely gave them an opportunity to win, and once again today, Nabil Crismatt gave this team an opportunity to win. Looking at your guys' comments, Knights23 said, "I'm scoreboard watching, and I don't know why." I'm not going to hate on you for doing that, quite frankly. I mean, Shane, I know you are monitoring a situation that's very close. Not only does your team in the Seattle Mariners have a wild card position, I won't say firmly in grasp, but you guys have you're in a pretty good position. You're also battling for the AL West. But I mean, is it silly when you are currently 7 games back in the wild card with a month of baseball to go to have hope in your baseball team? And I mean, sit there and, like Knights23 said, continue to scoreboard watch.
I mean, what else are you going to do?
What else are you going to do? That's what we do, right? We love baseball. We love this team. That's what we do.
And there is nothing worse than a woe is me person. Hey, look, either lean into the fact that you might not make the playoffs or cheer for the fact that you still have a chance to make the playoffs. Don't be the person that's in between saying, like, this is the worst position to be in.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Don't complain with no hope.
Well,
there's hope. You're probably cooked, but there's hope.
You're probably cooked, but you're not statistically eliminated. You're not mathematically eliminated. Hilarious thing now, Baseball Reference uses an E when you're eliminated from your division. But they had to come up with a new way to mark that your team has been eliminated from playoff contention altogether. And they've decided to do that, Shane, with a skull and crossbones. That is their logo for when your team on Baseball Reference has been mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. And if you check out where the Colorado Rockies are, they are dead, according to Baseball Reference. They have the skull and crossbones. Seems a little dramatic to me. Also, speaking of scoreboard watching, I will say this. The Diamondbacks draft position is fairly important this year. And when you look at the quality of players that they drafted, you look at what Ryan Waldschmidt and Slade Caldwell are doing, especially Waldy. He's been getting a lot of praise. He is the Diamondbacks, other representative on the top 100 prospects list for all of MLB. And they got him through that, the compensatory pick there in between rounds 1 and rounds 2. The Diamondbacks, I don't want to start taking off this shirt and putting on a tank top yet. I don't want to get in a tank and drink Tanqueray. I don't want to start talking about tank season. But I will say overall that the thing that sucks about being in this part, about having hope, about still fighting hard and trying to win games, is that you're not doing much for your draft position. Now, this particular year is interesting because of the way the draft rules work. 3 of the 10 worst teams in baseball right now cannot receive a top 10 pick, which moves the Diamondbacks that much closer to potentially receiving a top 10 pick. And again, this kind of sucks, right? Because you are right here in this limbo of either being competitive and making a decent run at trying the playoffs, or trying to make the playoffs, I should say, or kind of not, and giving more playing time to guys like Tyler Locklear. Again, no, that's not an attack on him. I just mean young players, and giving those guys an opportunity to kind of gain experience, gain that big league time, and get comfortable before 2026 rolls around, not really caring about baseball games. It's a difficult position as an organization to be in. And again, it's right up there with like trade deadline. Are we buyers? Are we sellers kind of stuff? Do we still fight hard? I don't think this team is capable of not fighting hard and trying to win games. But I also think that, this is a weird position to be in. And if they lose a bunch of games in August, or in September, I should say, then it's not necessarily the worst thing if they do move closer to potentially a top 10 draft pick. But we have so much more to talk about. We're going to preview the series with the Dodgers. We're going to talk about Throwback Thursday. But first, we do have to talk about the incredible job Crismatt and a debuting Taylor Rashi did today. We're going to do that on the other side of this break. Don't you go anywhere. You're watching the PHNX Diamondback Show. Shane, where are we going tonight, Shane?
I guess I'm reading the ads today.
We're going to Gila River Resorts and Casinos, and that guy has a lot of work to do. I'm going to sit back, enjoy the wonderful atmosphere, and watch the PHNX Cardinals show tonight. But I'm also going to get prepped for our staff fantasy draft that is all going down tonight at Gila River Resorts and Casinos Wild Horse Pass. You can join us for that. Of course, there is still time. Come on out. We're going to have a great time tonight. Also, make sure to just go out there anytime. It is a great place to enjoy not only a staycation here locally, but it's also a great time to go out there for a night on the town and enjoy their over 4,500 slots and live table games, or catch all of the action at their BetMGM Sportsbook. So do not miss out on their unprecedented level of entertainment and excitement that you just won't find anywhere else. You do you at Gila Rivers Resorts and Casinos. Visit playathila.com for more details. And it's no secret that everyone in Arizona looks for ways to stay cool and comfortable during the summer. And I will tell you, it's not easy. Some days it's an uphill battle to keep your home cooled. A great way to be on top of it is to have a smart thermostat in your home. That way, like I've been telling you guys, you can start cooling it down before you even get there. I turn mine up when I leave, but I got about a 25-minute drive from here to home. So if I put that down at 75 degrees, it is nice and frosty the minute I walk in the door. Not only that, but I can schedule it so that way I don't even have to touch the app before I go anywhere. And I can also check how much my air conditioning is on every single day, so I know if there's a problem before it becomes a bigger problem. So make sure to get yourself a smart thermostat if you don't already have one. APS customers may be eligible for smart thermostats for as low as $0 when you enroll in the APS Cool Rewards program. If you already have a smart thermostat at home, see if it's eligible to enroll in Cool Rewards, plus free installation is available at the link in our video description. Must be an APS customer and pay shipping and taxes. Other restrictions apply. Go to marketplace.aps.com for more information. And they also have rebates available if you currently have a smart thermostat, so do not miss out on that. Nabil Crismatt. It's more of a mott there at the end. I got to make sure I give the man respect. I got to put respect on his name because, again, he was not perfect today. He did not go out there and just allow one earned run. But what he did do is gave the Diamondbacks an opportunity and outperformed, quite frankly, some of his teammates that are in the starting rotation. He went out there and gave this team a chance to win. He did it with his changeup. He threw his changeup a lot. He actually threw a pretty nice mix of pitches in this one, but he did go to his changeup 30 times. That was 35% of his pitch usage. He also threw the curveball and the sinker. He was not going to let this Brewers team beat him today on anything that he was throwing. He was not throwing his fastball much. He threw the four seam only 12 times in this outing and was really just getting his swings and misses mostly on the changeup. He had 5 whiffs on the changeup, 1 on the curveball, 1 on the sinker. What I like about Crismatt is that it really does feel like he goes out there and he battles. Again, today was one of those days where he didn't, like I said, he didn't have his best stuff, but he still gave this team an incredible outing. And for somebody that has been a journeyman the way he has been and on the teams that he's played for, he comes into this situation and, quite frankly, gave the Diamondbacks more than I think any of us were expecting. This was He signed on a minor league deal. He gets called up because Anthony Disclafani goes down, and the man has a 1.84 ERA currently. Today, he gave him 5 2/3 innings pitched. I feel like that is the most significant part about this. Crismatt was probably one of those guys that at the best you could have expected him to go 4, being kind of thrust into this position and being asked so much of, yet he is still going out there and nearly giving you a quality start today. He did give up 8 hits, 4 runs. Only 2 of them were earned because of the Blaze Alexander error that cost his team some runs. He walked 1 and he struck out 2. I know we don't normally, again, it's an incredibly egregious waste of resources and seawater, but nonetheless, let's power up that Circle K strikeout meter. Let's turn it on for 2 strikeouts. And he didn't need to strike people out. And I think that's the thing that's impressive about Crismatt, that shows his maturity, shows his experience. He can go out there and get outs, especially against this particular team, and do it without needing to strike a lot of guys out. He also did it fairly efficiently, which is what allowed him to go as deep into the game. He did hit 85 pitches in this one, so you feel like maybe he had a little bit left in the tank to get through that 6th inning, to give him the 6 innings pitch. But Torrey did turn to Jalen Beeks for that last out. Jalen Beeks was able to get the job done. And then the debuting Taylor Rashi shows his face on screen, Shane. And I don't know what to expect. I don't know what I expected out of him. When you look at his numbers at a minor league level, not terrible. Somebody who the Diamondbacks made the move prior to today's game because they sent down Jose Murillo. They also, somewhat shockingly, designated Tristan English for assignment. He was a guy that we just talked about on Monday's show. Wednesday's show. This all kind of runs together. Wednesday's show, because we talked about Tristan English potentially being a future option for this team at first base. We thought maybe he didn't get necessarily a fair shake at a major league level to see if he had more to offer. And then surprisingly, he was DFA'd as part of these moves. But meanwhile, you have Taylor Rashi being added to the Diamondbacks. He had a 3.48 ERA for the Reno Aces. And I think Bert's starting to steal my lines a little bit on the broadcast, but as we will both say, for Reno, that's like having a 0.86 ERA or something absurd. Like for Reno, that is very, very good. And I mean, that's in, 40 games that he's played in. So that's a lot of performances, a lot of appearances in relief for Rashi. He comes into this situation, makes his major league debut, and he just killed it today. He just absolutely was phenomenal. Welcome to the big leagues, Taylor Rashi. I can't say enough about what he did today, man. I mean, you go in there and you expect him just to pitch an inning, just to pitch 2. He gives the Diamondbacks 3 innings pitched and gets the save in his major league debut. And again, this is against a Milwaukee Brewers team that is the best in baseball. This is for a bullpen that's been notoriously awful, especially at holding close leads like they had in this game. And man, the guy got the job done. So this is pretty impressive stuff here today from Taylor Rashi. I was very angry that he was going back out there in the 9th inning. I'm sure a lot of Diamondbacks fans felt the same way. I felt like at times the Diamondbacks have had solid relievers that were young, that got called up, that made their debut, that were good, and then instantly got leaned on or, instantly got put into high leverage situations. And I just felt like maybe it was asking too much of them. I definitely felt that today when it comes to Rashi and putting him in there in the 9th inning. Shane and I were huddled around my computer doing somewhat of a prayer circle? It was a prayer circle. It was
more
right?
ritualistic, yeah.
It was very ritualistic.
Yeah, I don't know if it had anything to do with religion. It was just more so rituals.
It felt right, though. It felt like what was needed in the moment, quite frankly.
You started speaking in tongues at one point.
I did.
Really weird.
Well, I mean, quite frankly, you saw what that situation was becoming there. So it's not the only time this season I've spoken in tongues either. So, but this time it worked out. And I just couldn't believe watching what he did there at the end of the game, getting through that ninth inning, getting Christian Yelich to ground out to end the game. Just in general, like, he allowed a double there from Caleb Durbin. Again, a guy who I'm just absolutely sick of hearing his name. He walks William Contreras, and I'm sure I didn't say it that time. Contreras. He's not in here. He hates it when I do that too. So did Jesse. But William Contreras walks, and then, you just had that OSHIT, here we go again. And instead, he somehow found a way to get the final 2 outs and get out of this one. For all intents and purposes, it's obvious to me, it's obvious to everyone here, that Taylor Rashi is our king snake for this game. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, 0 earned runs, 3 strikeouts.
It shows you what type of situation this team is in, because this guy only has a picture on our image service of him in spring training.
Yeah. I love it. I was
going to paint the hat red or black, but I was like,
Yeah, no, that's I think it's better that we do it this way, because if we do it this way, then we really do highlight the fact that we haven't seen this man in a Diamondbacks uniform up until this point, and also that photographers are very slow with getting their pictures uploaded to a service. We had to go very fast. We have a lot of shows going around here. I know we have this new beautiful studio, which we love so much, but quite frankly, we have baseball games that happen in the middle of the day, and it throws everyone here off, and nobody knows what to do. So again, welcome into any Suns fans that are getting here to PHNX's channel early. We're happy to have you, and we will absolutely talk about what's happening with the Suns right now. Anything that I know news? Nothing. Okay, we'll figure something out to talk about the Suns. But again, Taylor Rashi, call him Rashi, call Rashi. I don't know if we expect to get another performance like this out of him, nor should the Diamondbacks. But 3 innings of relief, man. I mean, he's as responsible for this win today as Nabil Crismatt. So Mace Devil reminded me, the Suns are getting sued. I want to stay away from that situation as far as possible. So forget that. They're on their own over there. But what we are going to do is we're going to take a quick break, of course. Like I said, Diamondbacks, they win this game and split this series with the Brewers. And I think obviously a series win would have been great, but you got to definitely feel good about them getting out of Milwaukee, taking 2 games. Ahead of them, they have the Los Angeles Dodgers. We are going to talk about that series on the other side of this break. Don't you go anywhere. You're watching the PHNX Diamondback Show. Well, now's a great time for some Pure Edibles after an exciting win. If your mood is already elevated, elevate it further with Pure Edibles. They are a full-fledged candy company offering not just gummies like everybody else offers, but they offer a wide variety of candies. If you are a candy connoisseur, they have something that fits your taste. They have hard candies, they have gummies, they have chews, they have soft candies, they have their kicks, which are their version of Starburst, and so much more. So make sure to check out the entire line of candies that Pure Edibles has to offer. They offer a wide variety of effects, and those effects are clearly listed on each tin, so you know what you're getting before you get into them. And of course, they also offer some delicious flavors. So make sure to check out Pure Edibles, which is a company from right here in Flagstaff, Arizona, created at Noble Herb Dispensary, the home of Pure Edibles. They are now made right here in Phoenix. So check them out. They're designed to be ripped in half or bitten in half, making them easily shareable or easy to dial in your exact dose. Go find yourself some Pure Edibles products from one of over 130 dispensaries across Arizona. And if you are looking to make your gear stand apart from the crowd, look no further than Branded Bills. Branded Bills has you covered with the best custom headwear. You can start your order and their dedicated team will help you create the exact custom apparel you need. They have truckers, they have fitted hats, they have beanies, they have t-shirts, they have bags, they have all sorts of apparel and options, and they do an amazing job of creating quality branded gear. And also, if you're just a hat aficionado like me, you can check out their full line at their website. They have hats for U of A, ASU. They also have hats for the Phoenix Suns. They have over 40 partnerships with universities, including those state universities, as part of their campus collection. They're a local company from right here in Mesa, Arizona, so always feels good to shop local. Check them out. Head to brandedbills.com and use code BBPHNX for 15% off your first order. Well, Shane, we got some NL West standings to look at. Of course, we also call them the we refer them as the drunken orgy of violence, but this goes back to night's 23 question, which essentially is, do we scoreboard watch? Do we care anymore? And I agree with Shane. I mean, I know that there's times where you want to give up, especially with other sports starting, with those seasons starting. It doesn't feel great to still root for a team that's just struggled all year long. Not to mention the fact that it's a team that just finds ways to give you hope and then take that hope away, But this is another one of those situations that absolutely gives you hope. I know the Brewers weren't playing the best baseball when they came into the series, and you could argue based on their situation that they were overplaying, their actual talent, but they still have the best record in baseball, and it still feels good to beat the team with the best record in baseball. That's never not going to feel good, and it's never not going to feel like an achievement. I'm sure over there in Milwaukee right now, they are absolutely melting down over this, right? Like they are probably like, no, we lost to the Diamondbacks. Like, we're now that team, the way that we used to get upset about other teams, for sure, right? But this is a definite situation where the Diamondbacks, again, find themselves in that position of still being in it, still being in limbo. Let's take a look at the drunken orgy of violence we call the NL West. Dodgers lead the division currently. They have a 2-game lead now over the Padres. They are 77-57. They, of course, they're up in the wild card, but nobody cares about that. But the Padres, they are 2.5 games up in the wild card. They have a 75-59 record. They're 2 back now from the Dodgers. Meanwhile, we sit in this third position now, 11.5 games back in the division. Currently 7 games back in the wild card with some games left to play today. And the Rockies, we should probably change the infinity logos on the division and the wild card to the little skull and crossbones that Baseball Reference is currently doing. But that Dodgers team that sits atop of the division, despite the fact that they've had their struggles, despite the fact they've had their injuries, their pitching has not been very good. They still have one of the best offenses in baseball, and they are still winning games. And it's funny because I said a week ago when the Padres had passed them or tied them for the division lead, wouldn't it just be great to play a role in the Dodgers not making the playoffs? And again, since that point, they've just gone on to continue to get the lead back and extend their lead over the Padres. But the Diamondbacks do have 6 games here in the season left against the Dodgers. And I do not hate the idea one bit of the Diamondbacks coming back here and at least, if they can't do something to impact their postseason and win out and have a fun run, let's ruin things for the Dodgers. And that can start with their upcoming series here. Diamondbacks start a 3-game series with the Dodgers. The Dodgers this year have a 77-57 record, as you saw there. They currently have a plus 108 run differential, and they are 6-4 in their last 10 games. So again, the Dodgers have not been undefeatable, but they continue to play good baseball. What's interesting is their pitching has not been great this year. Their starting pitching right now has a 4.04 ERA. That is tied for 13th best. Interestingly enough, it's tied with the San Diego Padres. They both teams have the 4.04 ERA. Meanwhile, their relief pitching ERA, 4.13, 20th in Major League Baseball. So the Dodgers are really getting it done with their offense, and that's how they've gotten it done all year. Shohei, Freddie Freeman, those guys, they just continue to deliver, and it feels like they can't be stopped, really. B says, I can always get behind FNS up for the Dodgers, Derek. Yes, I can too. And again, it's stupid, small moral victories, but when you talk about, especially going back once again to the scoreboard watching conversation here, the Diamondbacks do, they're little things that we can root for, right? We can root that they win series or don't lose them. And in this case of a 4-game series with the best team in baseball, that's a win that you split it, right? Going forward, we've talked about it time and time again, but it's, it is a tough mountain to climb between here and the end of the season. And if the Diamondbacks even were 2 games back in the wild card, which would have me far more excited than I currently am, that would be still a tough road between now and the end of the season, with 6 games against the Dodgers, 6 games against the Giants. They have a 3-game set against the Padres, another 3-game set against the Phillies. I think the Twins are the only opponent in there that you could say is a weaker opponent. I don't classify the Giants as a weaker opponent. And again, so like, and then you also have the Boston Red Sox in there as well. So the Diamondbacks have a lot of difficult games and series ahead of them. This one was one of them. And we said their playoffs start now. It's not that they have to win every game, but they have to start taking a lot of these series. So we do match up fairly well pitching wise with the Los Angeles Dodgers. It just depends on what are we going to get out of those two guys that struggled in the first two games of this series. We cannot have Eduardo Rodriguez and Brandon Pfaadt going out there and giving this team less than 3 innings pitched. The Diamondbacks somehow miraculously got out of this series with the Brewers unscathed. I thought things were only going to get worse for them after their bullpen usage in games 1 and games 2. And they somehow got a great performance from Ryan Nelson that absolutely saved the bullpen in game 3. And today, Taylor went out there and did it for this team. Like, him being able to accomplish 3 innings and seal the deal for the win saved this bullpen so much and helps set them up for success now going to LA. But the Diamondbacks do have like I said, a 3-game set here with the Dodgers. Zach Gallen faces off against Blake Snell in game 1 of this series. You got Eduardo Rodriguez going up against Tyler Glasnow in game 2, and then Brandon Pfaadt going up against Yoshinobu Yamamoto in game 3. It's not easy, right? And again, these are the guys that right now the Diamondbacks need to step up. Zach Gallen was very good in his last outing, though he didn't get the run support that he needed. And I mean, this is at least set up for a competitive series against the Dodgers. You love to see Brandon Pfaadt and Zach Gallen going in games 1 and games 3, and then you don't really know what you're going to get out of Erod there in game 2. But the Journey says Derek gave up on this series yesterday by not doing a post-game show. They had to show him up twice. Yes, the Journey, you're right about that. I actually gave up on this series after game 1, I want to say. So in my face, touche to me for sure.
I want to shoot down all of the naysayers in the chat saying that I had something to do with this.
Which part?
The Dbacks season.
I mean, you definitely had a negative impact on their season. That it was me
showing the baby to Randall Grichuk that made this Dbacks team falter. That team was basically where it is right now. They were 1 game under 500.
He might be onto something.
He is not onto something.
He might be onto something.
Not at all.
I mean, what? Like
we should see if
they were shook after you showed them the baby.
We should see if Shohei wants the baby. Here's what I'll say though: the baby's in my office.
It is,
and things have been going very well for us at this new place. So
you're not wrong about that. You're not wrong. We've accomplished a lot, and I really
there has been some demonic symbols manifesting in my office now that I'm thinking about it.
That was part of the ritual earlier that we were doing around Taylor Rashi. Yeah.
That has something to do with the goat that's in Studio A, right?
Correct.
Studio K right now.
Yes, okay. Yes. The goat. Wait.
Yeah.
The one that's alive, right?
Oh no, it's.
Okay.
I mean, it was.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say. Yeah.
There's only one. And also, we're done with this J-Mart thing. That was not me. There was no twig to be stepped on. I did not do anything.
I don't know. I mean, I'm on the side of the viewers, quite frankly, and I'm against you.
Hashtag show Shohei the baby.
Show Shohei the baby. Yeah.
Show baby Otani.
Shohei
Oat babe.
Show baby. We'll figure it out. We'll workshop
babe show Otani.
That's perfect.
That might be a good one.
We nailed it. But again, the Diamondbacks here. I mean, this is fun. It's fun. It's hard. It's difficult. This team continues to impress, though. Blaze Alexander, he makes mistakes today, and then he comes right back and he finds a way to instantly make up with it with an incredible barehanded play, and then he hits a double in his next at bat. Right, like so. The young guys are coming up. Tyler Locklear again. He had some very bad luck in this game, but I mean, he's one of those guys that can really use these opportunities to play. Pavin Smith was put on the IL, so Tyler Locklear will get an opportunity to play. It'll be interesting to see what they do as far as maybe another option over there at first base, and I still would implore you to at least give Carlos Santana a phone call. I'm not saying you have to do any particular
Just for
deals.
the vibes.
Just for the vibes. Just bring him in.
The vibes.
He seems like the veteran presence that we need in this clubhouse right now that we don't really have. I mean, we don't really have a lot of that, quite frankly. So I don't hate that. But
if you guys are going to just keep running with the "it's all Shane's fault" thing,
sure,
that's fine.
Yeah.
Just let's get like some type of war cry, like hashtag DFA Deef or DFA Shane or something like that.
Yeah.
Trade Shane. Just something like that. Like, let's be creative in the chat. So anytime you want to blame me for something, you can just spam that.
Send Shane to Reno.
Okay. Just chat. Just start throwing stuff in there, and and if something sticks, something sticks.
Yeah. Right
now, I think the leader in the clubhouse is DFA Deef.
Somebody asked about Nathaniel Lowe. Nathaniel Lowe already got picked up on a contract. I don't remember who now. The Sox got him, right? The Boston Red Sox. Yeah. So, and we'll see him, and I'm sure he'll do something against us that will make me angry and be like, "Why didn't you go after him, Mike Hazen?" But hey, again, it's not the worst idea. I think some of these guys that the Diamondbacks have brought in have really worked out, and they wouldn't have been they wouldn't have received an opportunity with this franchise otherwise, right? James McCann is one of those guys. Big body James McCann has been doing it for this team, and I just love what I've seen out of him when I see him and Gabby interacting. It's the exact thing I was hoping for. You see a very mentor, mentee kind of relationship. Not that Gabby needs that, but you see a guy that's sharing his experience, sharing his knowledge with his teammate, a guy who's very talented and could go on to be an incredible catcher in his own right in this league, much like McCann has had a great career in Major League Baseball. But Nabil Crismatt, again, another guy that was given an opportunity, signed a minor league contract with us, second stint with the franchise, and it's working out. And he's been doing an excellent job. A guy that would not have received this opportunity at a major league level if the Diamondbacks weren't in the unfortunate position that they are. So right now, this team is continuing to compete, and I like that. I like the fact that they're giving guys that have been cast off and don't have an opportunity elsewhere a chance to flourish here. It hasn't worked out with everybody, but it's worked out with quite a few guys. You also have Ryan Thompson. He's making his rehab start in Reno, so he'll be returning to this bullpen soon. And you feel like, again, you don't feel confident, but you feel like the Diamondbacks are sifting through the sand and they are finding some diamonds in the rough here. And those diamonds could be very valuable, not only to help them close out 2025, but to give them some hope and maybe be a competitive team to start 2026. But let's see here. We have
I think people like Deef FA.
Deef FA.
But that doesn't really roll off the tongue that
DFA.
well.
Yeah, it's DFA. It's what DFA stands for.
Deef. I mean, I guess it's just DFA.
Yeah.
DFA.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll get it going. Sean says, speaking of the Suns earlier, Derek, you need to get SPG to talk baseball sometimes, even if he is a Cubs fan. I would do that, but there's a problem with that. And that is that if I got SPG to start talking about baseball, he would instantly be better at it than me. He would come in here and start breaking down film, and he would start telling you about bat trajectory or launch angles and exit velos.
But then you can just hit him with what about the vibes?
Yeah. What about the vibes? His vibes are pretty good too.
His vibes are good, but they don't factor into his statistics.
Yeah, no, that's true.
There's
that's
no
true.
vibe factor.
Yeah, I am a vibes curator.
Yeah.
So like
you are the vibes. Hold on, something's coming here.
You got it?
Yeah, let me think.
All right,
you're the CVO.
Okay.
Chief Vibes Officer.
Chief Vibes Officer. Yeah. Yes. Put it on my resume.
Congratulations,
I'll take it.
You've been promoted.
Yes, let's go. I've been waiting for this day.
I don't have the power to do that.
Oh well.
I'll run it through the chain of command.
All right. Well, we'll figure something out. We're going to, on the other side of this break, we're going to talk about a guy that's maybe a little bit bigger of a legend in this town than I am. One Luis Gonzalez, for on this day, not this day, but this week in Diamondbacks history, was his last in professional baseball. We're going to talk about his retirement and so much more on the other side of this break on another edition of Throwback Thursday. Don't you go anywhere. You're watching the PHNX Diamondback Show. Well, Mountain America Credit Union is a fine place for you to go get a checking account that gives you benefits, that gives back to you. We give to our checking accounts so much. And what do they give us? Well, over at Mountain America Credit Union, they'll give you built-in benefits with your My Style checking account. It has perks just for you, including restaurant deals, mobile phone protection, telehealth access, and so much more. They also include identity protection. They have discounts on loans, loan rates, offers on travel and events, and so much more. So make sure to check out the My Style checking account with built-in benefits, because everyone needs a checking account, so you might as well get one with benefits. Make My Style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle to apply. Insured by NCUA, membership is required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply. And Circle K is America's thirst stop. It is the only place I go for gas. I refuse to go anywhere else. As gas prices rise, Circle K does their best to save you money on gas. You can do so if you are an Inner Circle member. Download the Inner Circle or download the Circle K app right now and join the Inner Circle for free. It's that easy. You just got to get down on it. Once you do so, you can use your telephone number to get discounts on all sorts of stuff, including gas. You will save 25 cents off per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. You can also save 25 cents off per gallon when you buy 3 Coca-Cola 20-ounce products. That pretty much pays for those sodas itself with the amount of money you'll be saving per gallon. They also have cookies that are $1 each for Inner Circle members only, as well as you will save 4 times 25 cents per gallon per month. You can earn that once per month. So the more you spend, the more you earn over at Circle K. I had trouble spitting that out, but basically you get 4 times the savings there with 25 cents off per gallon that you can earn once per month. 79-cent Polar Pops, 99-cent Frosters. Do not miss out on becoming part of the Inner Circle, which you can do for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit circlek.com for details. And it is Thursday. It is a day to celebrate. The Diamondbacks win a baseball game. They split a series with the Milwaukee Brewers. And we, once again, are talking about all of the wonderful things that happened this week in Diamondbacks history. On August 29th, 2009, it was the end of a legend. Well, not the end of a legend. That sounds bad. That sounded bad, right, Shane? It was the end of a legend's career, is what I should say. Luis Gonzalez, who is very much alive, you heard him on the broadcast today. He retired on August 29, 2009, and he rejoined the Arizona Diamondbacks as special assistant to the president and CEO. And the Diamondbacks also hosted Luis Gonzalez Appreciation Night, which I remember attending before I was a member of the media, and that's because when Gonzo comes out and gets recognized, it's a night that all of us sports fans should come out. This man delivered the biggest hit in franchise history. He gave us the bragging rights over all of these other ringless bums of a franchise that are out there. And quite frankly, he's just been a great representative of this team. You know, I mean, Randy Johnson obviously is also an amazing representative, but I don't know of, I feel like Gonzo loves this organization. He loves this town. He loves everything that happened for his career here. And it's just great to see him, get celebrated, especially on Luis Gonzalez Appreciation Night. Also on August 31st, 2012, JJ Putz had a franchise record tying 24 straight scoreless outings from June 31st through August 31st, tying Brandon Lyon. So JJ Putz, again, another name that's still running around Chase Field. These guys, they can't leave. They can't leave. They're here, and they're here forever. Also, on August 27th, this happened in 2018, Patrick Corbin, he had a strikeout in the 5th inning of a game against the Giants against Steven Duggar. This was the Diamondbacks' 25,000th strikeout in team history. 25,000? 25,000. Why can't I say this? How do you say this?
Derek, do you think maybe you're going to be okay?
I'm probably not. I'm probably not. Why are we asking if I'm going to be okay?
I'm just you were.
I'm breaking down here, but it was a lot. This is the first fastest team to reach 25,000 strikeouts.
The fastest team to reach 25,000.
The fastest team, and the first team, fastest team all time to reach 25,000 strikeouts at 3,371 games.
Comments like this are so effective to me.
Which is crazy.
PCOs, you're just going, Derek.
I know. He does that quite a bit. Yeah, that was there was it's words are hard sometimes.
Yeah,
Words are hard. Also, English is my second language. So again, I remind the chat that attacking me for the way I say words is a hate crime.
Yeah, it is racist.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we are on the 49th minute right now.
49th minute. Good. Well, I'm glad. 25,000 strikeouts. That's a lot. The fastest team to ever reach that mark. I feel like 23,000 of those strikeouts belong to Randy Johnson, right? That's what it feels like, at least. He is the reason why this team set that mark so fast, and there's no doubt about it in my mind. They've had some great pitchers in their time, and quite a few guys contributed to that total, but come on. Like at least 20% of it is because of Randy Johnson for sure. But also on this day during that pandemic season back in August 31st, 2020, the Diamondbacks traded a few friendly faces away. Kind of a sad day thinking about this. They traded Starling Marte first in the day to the Miami Marlins for Caleb Smith, Humberto Mejia, and a player to be named later who eventually became Julio Frias. Then they traded Robbie Ray and cash to the Blue Jays for Travis Bergen. They traded Robbie Ray and cash away. Oh, and then Robbie Ray, I believe, won a Cy Young for the Toronto Blue Jays, if I'm not mistaken. Is that how that went down?
But the Cy Young was outweighed by the pitch he threw to Jordan Alvarez in the ninth inning of the AL wild card in 2022.
For sure. Is it? Are they still talking about? Did I say Murillo? Did I say Jose Murillo? Is what I said. What?
It wouldn't be
don't. I told you this.
It wouldn't be the first time you said that.
Yeah, it really wouldn't. It really wouldn't for sure.
We're all mean today, Bees.
Everybody's mean. The show had to go way too fast.
I'm gonna start banning.
We had to start like 10 seconds after the game ended.
If you guys keep being mean to Derek, I'm gonna ban you for racism.
Actually,
the racism ban hat.
Let's go back to attacking Shane. That feels like
hashtag
the right
DFFA.
move. Yeah, DFFA. Robbie Ray again to the Blue Jays. That wasn't a great move. Also, my former co-host. I don't know. Is he even my former co-host? Doesn't he still work here? Archie Bradley. He was traded away on August 31st, 2020, along with cash to the Cincinnati Reds for Josh Van Meter and Stuart Fairchild. Is he still on the show? Is he still a part of this?
Is he?
I don't know.
Where is he?
I don't know where he is either.
Let's go find him.
It's one day on Instagram.
Did you slip an AirTag in his wallet?
I did slip an AirTag in his wallet. Yes, okay. I do track him at all times. I saw the other day that his brother, he had bought his brother a large all-terrain vehicle that he was going to take back after his brother used it, and he was going to use it for tours out there at his hunting lodge in Oklahoma, which has been, I'm still jealous. I was supposed to go take a hunting trip. Me and Archie were going to shoot things from a helicopter. It was going to be a good time. I was excited about shooting from a helicopter just in general, even if I don't actually hit anything. But yes, on this day, August 31st, 2020, the end of Archie Bradley's time in Arizona. And I mean, you could say a lot about a lot of players that have played for this team, but I don't know if anybody is quite as beloved as Archie for his time here without necessarily having like like the stats to necessarily back up why people loved him so much. He had a historic hit in a playoff series by a pitcher, which was incredible. He was dominant at times, but fairly inconsistent. I mean, once he went to the bullpen, he kind of revived his career there a little bit. But more than anything, he's just a great guy. He is just an absolutely outstanding person. I don't think there has been ever been anybody I've enjoyed talking to about baseball more than Archie Bradley. If you haven't had a chance to see some of the stuff that we did with Archie, if you're a newer viewer to the show, go back and check the archives for some of the wonderful content that Archie Bradley provided us with. And quite frankly, you guys didn't even get to see the best parts of it. Most of it would happen after we would turn this camera off, and then he would turn around to me and Jesse and tell us some story about Major League Baseball that just absolutely blew our minds and left us sitting here going, what? Yeah, that's how things actually happen?
Can we air this? He's like, oh, I have to talk to my lawyer.
Like, yeah.
Well, then never
It would
mind.
usually be that. It would usually be that. But B says Archie was our cult hero. He absolutely was, man. And I mean, I think a big part of Archie and the way that we loved him, right, is his personality, his spirit, his attitude. And again, there's a lot of that in this Diamondbacks team, right? There's a lot of fight, a lot of having a chip on your shoulder, just a lot of trying to prove people wrong. It's the reason why the Diamondbacks are fighting so hard now, despite the fact that their record pretty much just doesn't really, make them in the race. Their record right now, and being 7 games out of the wild card, feels like an impossible task. It's not, but it feels like an impossible task. And, again, the Mets haven't been losing games, and that makes it that much tougher for the Diamondbacks to try to make up any ground in this wild card race. The teams that are there are good teams that keep winning, and it's a difficult, like I said, a difficult hole to dig themselves out of right now.
So what's the deal with the teal beard?
Oh, the teal beard is, twofold. One, I made a bet that if Gino hit 40 home runs
I know.
while he was part of this team, which was
I don't know. I didn't see that.
It's a disclaimer that I added at a later time. It felt, what am I supposed to just be like, oh, he hits 40 home runs, but that's not, it's only if he doesn't get traded. That felt gross to say. That felt like I was foreshadowing for what was inevitably going to happen, which did happen. And I should have known to put that clause in earlier. Like, you can't add clauses to a contract after the deal's been signed. I get it. I thought this was just more of a clarification.
Derek F.A.
Yeah, so basically what's going to happen is there is currently teal hair dye that arrived at my house precisely at 12:07 p.m. today. I saw the Amazon driver deliver it on my Ring Cam. So this weekend, after I draft my team tonight at Gila River Resorts and Casinos and have one last day of looking like a normal adult male, I will go to my house and I will dye my beard teal.
You're great, man.
I also have like a bunch of gray hair hiding underneath this current beard. So when that goes, then it'll be a nice fresh face. Now, I'm not doing this to honor, it's not like I'm a man of my word. I'm not doing this because I'm honoring what I said and honoring this deal. I'm doing this because Blaze Alexander kidnapped my goddamn son and refuses to give him back until I dye my beard teal and I get him Sour Patch Kids, which seems just, it's like kicking a man while he's down. You're going to make me dye my beard teal, and then you're going to make me bring you candies that possibly some in the box match the color of my beard for a fun tee-hee.
Yeah.
Sean's
asking, isn't the draft going to be live on YouTube? It is going to be live on YouTube. It was done up like crazy last year. The production value was awesome. Shout out to whoever set that up.
Too high, in fact. Too much work.
So we're lowering it a little bit. I watched the video back from last year, the intro video. That might have been the best thing we produced as a company.
It was pretty good.
It's not happening this year.
Yeah, we got to step it up. We got to do better.
So, chat, I propose something else. The teal beard's great and all. But something that we're doing on PHNX Sun Devils is we promise that if ASU takes the opening kickoff that they receive, even if it's not the first kickoff of the game, back for a touchdown, then we will all get eyebrow slits. And that just makes me think of how good Derek would look with an eyebrow slit. And so, chat, my challenge to you is to come up with something.
Jose Herrera eyebrow slits?
How about this? The Dbacks make the playoffs. Derek's got to go Cattell Herrera eyebrow slits.
I'll do it. I'll do it. If the D-backs make the play, I'll do another dumb bet. I'll do another dumb bet because whenever I do a dumb bet, it works out in our favor. So, yes, I will do double eye slits, eyebrow slits if the Diamondbacks somehow find their way in the playoffs.
Let's go.
I'll go to Cattell's barber and get a fade that looks just like his.
Dude, that would be crazy.
I'll go to Cattell's barber. We got some super chats real fast to get to before we get out of here. Of course, they're always from our favorite BCSC. He says, if they catch me, don't forget me, resurrect me. Buy a dog tag the same place that they baguette me. Ski, I am culturally appropriate to cake. I don't know if that was a rap, but it felt like a rap. He also said, is Lourdes single because he's getting thick cake? No, he's not single, BCSC. We told you. He's a family man. So he's got a beautiful, lovely family. But I understand. I also feel in love with Lourdes with the number of RBI he's hit in the month of August. So, and he can add to that total. He still has a few more games to do so. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We will be back tomorrow with another post-game show, so make sure to join us for that, and make sure to join us for our PHNX fantasy draft tonight. We're going to have a bunch of fun. Until then, you can follow us on Twitter. What?
You mispronounced it.
PHNX fantasy draft?
The PHNX fantasy draft.
Fantasy draft. You guys, I'm mispronouncing everything today, but appreciate you guys. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. I'm at cap_caveman with a K. He's at Shane DFA. Actually, it's Shane Deef. Our show is at PHNX_Dbacks, but as always, all roads lead to at PHNX_sports on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
I think that might be it. Just Shane DFA.
Yeah, just Shane DFA. There it is. Shane DFA. Well, we thank you guys again for your time. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, have a wonderful evening. Behave yourselves. Go Snakes. And remember, kids, baseball is fun, but it's so much more fun when you call Rashi Rashi. Call Rashi Rashi.
We all silly like the mayor.